Hi, I'm George. This is my online business, Retro Recycling. I work out here in the garden in my workshop. I didn't always used to work like this. Me and my partner, well, my now wife, Amy, we began life as very early young parents. We was 18 at the time, so we were shoved in the deep end of life with a baby, no money to our name. We had to start from the bottom up. I was jumping from dead-end job to dead-end job, minimum wage just to cover the bills, and even then it wasn't enough. The debt was creeping up and I wasn't really sure where I was headed. Then one day my wife bought a Miller's Vintage and Antiques and Collectibles book. It was supposed to be for my father-in-law, but I got hold of it, I had a little flick through, and that's where the spark and where the snowball started rolling to get to here now. I've seen all these cool toys I used to have, some even before then that I always wanted. I had a few of these things in my collection, or part of my collection from growing up, and they were worth a lot more than I thought. So get them on eBay, get some money in, enough money to have a treat day here and there, get the Christmas paid for, birthdays, etc. So I started with sort of vintage toys and games. I then went on to vintage furniture and decor, lamps, lights, mirrors, pictures, things like that. At that time we'd moved into our first house, 2 up, 2 down, renting from the council. We'd had our second daughter by then, still crammed in a small house, and then the snowball continued to roll and started to get bigger and bigger. This is when the stock room started. Literally my first ever stock room was not like this. It was by the side of my bed, which the wife was not happy about. So then I moved to the loft, which then moved to the garden in like a pop-up tent, which then moved back out of the house to a council garage, which then upgraded to a Big Yellow self-storage, and then I outgrew that one, so rented a bigger unit at Big Yellow. And then we moved house. We got onto the property ladder, where I then moved into a shipping container, worked out of there for about a year, and then finally got this built. Whilst I was still figuring everything out, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and finding out about eBay, we got to just over £16,000 worth of debt just through living, through having a young family, starting from nothing. But with eBay's help, massive amount of help, we was able to get out of debt. We got married in 2016 and we're now on the property ladder as of 2 years ago this month. I started full-time on eBay in July 2016, so I'm almost at a decade of being full-time on eBay, which is a really great milestone. I put myself forward for the Community Contribution Award because I started a YouTube account along my journey. So I'd 3 years into my full-time business, I'd learned on the way, literally starting from scratch, and I've seen a couple of others do it, and I thought I could give it a crack. Because I was self-taught, I thought I had something to offer as well, and being in a situation we was in, I thought I could lend a hand to other families that might be struggling or just want a bit of extra pocket money, a treat holiday, or to create their own business. So I uploaded my first video onto YouTube January 2019. It was a New Year's resolution. Let's give it a go. If it goes somewhere, then great. If it doesn't, then I gave it a go at least. And now 6.5 years later, I'm still uploading to YouTube regularly. 8 million views later, 34,000 subscribers, 250,000 views monthly, all about reselling, and it's going very, very strong. It's fully part of my business. Yes, it provides a bit of an income, but the main thing that I wanted to create was more of a community. Help people along the way, create networking opportunities, create a community where we can sort of become friends, because this job is very lonely. I'm out here most of the time by myself, not interacting with anyone unless it's the wife that wants a cup of tea. And I have a list as long as I'm full of friends on Instagram or on YouTube that I can message at any time if I need any help, or if someone needs some advice, or just discuss different tactics, different shipping methods, pictures, listing methods, offers, anything like that. I've got a community a click away. And because I've built quite a following, every boot sale I go to now, I'm always getting stopped by new subscribers, brand new to the business, people that have been doing it for a couple of years or so, even people that have been doing it longer. They seem to be inspired by me and my videos. I'm very open, very transparent. My ethos is all about providing for the family, being there for the children, seeing them grow up, from our eldest, who is now 15, to our youngest son, who is now 3.5 years old. We've not had to spend a penny on childcare. And I've been able to make every assembly, every parents' evening, doctor's appointments, wherever it is, I've been there, and eBay has allowed that flexibility. So on my channel, that is what I'm putting across to my community. It is possible to work for yourself. You don't have to do the 9 to 5 grind. You can live a nice, comfortable life, be there for your children, see them grow up, not have someone else bring them up for you. That healthy life-work balance whilst working from home. The thing that drives me to carry on making videos and do social media is when I get stories and messages, even in person, about how I've inspired someone out of a difficult situation. The one that springs to my mind and hit me the hardest was someone was in hospital. They'd just had a heart attack and they came across my videos whilst recovering. They're at rock bottom, recovering in hospital. They found my videos and I inspired them so much that they are now a fully fledged full-time reseller as well. To make a video, put it out there and inspire people like that from my own garden and from my own home is truly like amazing. And that's not just a one-off either. It seems every boot sale I go to, I meet at least one new person and they tell me kindly how I've inspired them. They enjoy my videos, they're learning something new every time that I'm uploading. And that's what it's all about. There's enough secondhand stuff out there to go around. It's not all about me. It's about sharing the knowledge, sharing the wealth, and everyone can win. Winning the cash prize would be amazing for my family and business because we are stuck, and this is with my viewers as well. We're stuck in a little Ford Focus car. It does the job, but when you have 3 children, 2 dogs, a buggy that goes in the back because our son has autism, so he has his travel buggy. I didn't move the buggy. Along with parcels, along with stock, it's a tight squeeze, and I'm constantly being told by my community that I need a bigger car. We've been putting it off as long as we can, but if we did win this prize money, then it'll definitely go towards my own little business van, or if not, a bigger family wagon. It'd make life so much easier, especially with the parcels. Our teenage girls, they roll their eyes, but they're getting used to having parcels on their laps while we're doing a school run. They might have a bag of trainers next to them. They might have a deck chair over their heads. They're used to it, but it's not ideal. So that's me, my family and my business. I hope you consider me for the shortlist. I came close last year, I got shortlisted, didn't quite make it, but I'm hoping that we can go again.